Okay, we have like I think it's like a 13 or 14, 15 EcoBoost. But these people really never service this thing. The oil that came out of this thing is literally like sludge. I mean, it was coming out like tar. And it was rattling so bad he had to pull the valve covers off of this and pull the VCT actuator or the oil control solenoids out and clean the screens out of it. And then put it all back together, and it was fine for a while. It quietened down. But all the sludge is back in the screens and stuff again. It's blocking the oil from getting to the phasers and stuff. So I'm going to have him come down here. We called BG out and we said, okay, so if you guys really think that your shit's good, then come out here and show us with this extreme sludge engine what your cleaning products can do. Now mind you, you can't just go out and get BG products all the time. I mean, you might find places to get it, but a lot of times you got to get this stuff from the shops, or you might have to order it specially online. But there's a fuel system cleaner, a dynamic engine cleaner, a dynamic engine cleaner rinse oil, and then a MOA engine oil supplement that you put in there. So we're going to figure out, we're going to let him explain exactly how all this system works, and I'm going to show you the oil and stuff coming out of it.
All right, once you get it to operating temperature, as it's running, before you do that, you put the fuel system cleaner in there. Just dump the whole thing in the gas tank. And then let it run, get to operating temperature. Drain the oil when it's done.
Yeah.
Replace the filter, add in the cleaner.
Okay.
And then you let it run for 45 minutes at 2,500 RPM.
Okay.
Then after that, you drop it, replace the filter, and then put in the oil rinse.
Okay.
Run this for 20 minutes at 2,500. And then when that's done, new filter, and then put new oil in it, and then you add this additive in it. And then that should clean all the carbon out of the engine and the sludge.
Okay. Did you already drain the old oil?
Well, there's new oil in here. I drained the old oil first.
Which was super sludgy. I explained to them how you pulled the valve covers, pulled the oil control solenoids, cleaned everything out of those actuators, and then I explained to them how sludgy it was. Their screens were just completely plugged up, and what we're worried about is even after you change the oil, there was still enough sludge in there to get on those screens and probably replug.
And hopefully this is what that does. Apparently this will clean all that off. So once I drain it, then you'll see more sludge come out of the pan, and then that rinses the whole motor down, and then you put new oil into it, and then it should be fine.
Are you gonna?
I'm gonna drain the oil now.
Okay. I mean, what's drip, it looks fairly new.
Yeah. Well, because I just changed it, but
yeah, so it's fairly clean. I mean, we'll see after you run the cleaner and everything through it what exactly it looks like.
30 minutes of it's only been in this motor for 30 minutes.
Did you say that Joe had pictures of the old?
Someone took pictures, and I don't know who, so I gotta find it. They just took a picture of it.
But it was so nasty. When I see that solenoid, that screen had so much black sludge and just grime and chunks of shit in it.
Sludge, it was like hardened.
Well, probably from it being there so long. Who knows? Maybe this engine is. Maybe you have to go through and do phasers and chains and all that other shit. Who knows?
Well, that's what hoping that BG stuff will actually heat all that away.
We'll see. Because if it does eat it all away, then you...
I had to change the oil before I got it to heat up because there was no oil pressure in it.
Yeah.
Like, it just something clogged the screen, so I
and then once you changed the oil and cleaned all that shit out, the oil pressure came back up?
No.
No?
And then it came up, then dropped. Went up, dropped.
Which
like
indicates it's starving for oil or something like that. I don't know if
and then I shut it off, let it sit for a minute, and then I turned it back on, and then the oil pressure came up, and it's been fine. And then it shot really high.
So maybe this changing the oil and cleaning all the shit out of here slowly, maybe this BG stuff is going to be the final. Well, who knows? We'll see what happens.
Right.
So he's got the engine oil drained right now, and what he's going to do now is pull the filter. Are you pulling the filter on this one? Yeah, right? Hey, he's going to pull the filter on this one, and then he's going to put the dynamic engine cleaner in there. This stuff is already in there, the fuel system cleaner. So he's going to put the dynamic engine cleaner in there now and run it with that filter, 2,500 RPM, I think for about 45 minutes. And then he's going to pull that oil out of it, put another filter on it, and then run the rinse oil in there. 20 minutes, 2,500 RPM.
45 minutes for the cleaner.
Yeah, I know. 45 minutes for this one, and 20 minutes for the oil, right? The rinse oil?
Yeah, the rinse.
Rinse oil, 20 minutes at 2,500 RPM, but it also gets a new filter. And then once he's done with all this, he's gonna put another filter on it and run regular Ford oil in there with the MOA additive, the engine oil supplement. So
before the process, it has to get up to operating temperature.
but before you do any of this cleaning at all, the vehicle has to be at operating temperature, and then in between each one they have to stay at operating temperature. I'll give you a slow take on the actual instructions from the manufacturer. He's gonna dump the cleaner in there now. Did it have a smell to it at all? Did you smell it?
I did not.
It looks a little cloudy, like it does have
Right?
some kind of cleaner or something in it.
Or detergent or something.
Yeah, something.
I didn't ask him the specifics on what's in it yet. but-
It's good that it's 6 quarts too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's got some kind of additive in there.
Yeah, it's cloudy through and through.
No,
Not
no
really,
smell.
I mean,
So now he's gonna run it per the instructions, and then when he drains it, I'll be back to show you another picture of what it looks like. Let's go down here and look and see what it's like as he's draining it.
Oh, that was hot today.
Yeah, this exhaust right here is hot too.
ready?
Here it comes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that shit is dark. Wow.
Wow.
Dan, 45 minutes of running.
Wow.
Look
Look,
at this oil.
look how dirty this is. Just 45 minutes with fresh oil. Yeah.
That's that BG cleaner.
That's that cleaner from BG.
I had it running for about 30 minutes with just straight oil in it, and that oil came out clear. This is...
So he'll finish draining the oil, he'll pull the filter off, he'll put a new filter on, and then he'll put this rinse oil in there next. And it'll be 20 minutes, 2,500 RPM. And then he'll drain that, and another new filter, and fresh oil with the MOA additive.
You have a clear cup?
Just dumped the other 6-quart container of engine rinse in there, and it smells like their acid product that they use to rinse all the junk off of the metal particles and stuff like that, like all the metal parts. And it's super quiet compared to what it is now. It was clanking before, now it's actually, listen. It's got a little bit there, but it's all cleaner in there right now. There's no oil in there right now, so it's probably got the minimum lubrication, and it doesn't have that MOA additive down there in it yet with the fresh oil. So he's gonna run the engine rinse for 20 minutes at about 2,500 to 3,000 RPM, drain it, put the MOA in there, a new filter, and about 5.5 quarts of 5W20, I think this motor takes. 5W30, and then run it on fresh oil with a super clean engine.
a new filter.
Spin it up. There's sludge hanging off right there. Yeah. Wow. Yuck.
Oh shit. I wonder why we had no oil pressure.
So, as you can see how bad it was bad. I mean, there was trash all over in that. Carbon buildup, soot, soil, blah, blah, blah. The motor's probably screwed. But if we can get it clean and we can get stuff out of it and stop acting up, then it'd be a decent vehicle. But we want to make sure of that first. Clean everything out, run fresh oil and stuff through it. Run it for, you know, a couple weeks. And then maybe even pull the valve covers and check everything out as well. But just whoever had this before, they traded it in, did not do any maintenance at all. Okay, he's pulling the drain plug right now from the acid cleaner that's in the engine. What would be called the engine wash. It's gonna be fucking, it's hot down here, man.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Look how dirty that is, God.
I know. Ow, fuck. It went in clear. Ready?
Yeah, you could smell the chemical, wow.
The red one?
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy. Now he's gonna change the filter and then put fresh oil in there and a fresh engine oil supplement that MOA and then run it again. That is crazy. Okay, this is with the oil and the engine supplement, the oil supplement added. It's got a little bit of a tick, but let's run it and see what happens. It's way, I mean, this thing was banging like it was about to come apart before. Way quieter though.
There it is.
What is it?
Camshaft, bank one.
Camshaft position correlation.
It's gonna need timing chains.
Well, at least you did what it took to clear the engine out, so when you did do that job, it wouldn't fuck up the new work that you're gonna end up having to do.
No, we're gonna send it.